Do you ever feel under any kind of pressure or any kind of prejudice? I mean, golf's quite often seen as an upper class white game.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever feel that at all?
Oh, every day. Not every day, but every time I go to a major country club, always feel it. You can always sense it. People always staring at you. What are you doing here? You shouldn't be here.
Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods.
Oh man, listen, if it weren't for Tiger Woods, man, there would be a lot of people who knew nothing about golf. I mean, he brought swag to the table. The way he dressed, the way he looked, the way he walked. I mean, he was an icon. He was the best to ever do it. The energy, I mean, he would have people really, literally following him down the fairway. I mean, it was just an amazing thing, you know. He was an icon. He was a great.
He brought just a different swagger, I would say, to golf. You know, wearing all the whole Nike'd out fits. Even whenever he was younger, wearing the straw hat. You know, you don't really see a black guy wearing a straw hat swinging a golf club.
You know, Tiger Woods was obviously a generational player. You know, he winds up on all the magazines, and he has that coolness and cachet that we're used to, say, a LeBron James having. And so I think that might have had an impact on a lot of kids. But that type of golfer doesn't come along very often.
I got the pleasure of being here with my dad, my pops, Cornelius Brown III, aka Brown. And this is the man that introduced me to the game of golf. And I had the honor of being here with him. Dad, glad to spend some time with you, man. Just out here on the golf course. What memories does this bring back for you? You know, you introduced me to the sport, and you've been playing it for a little bit longer than I have. So what feelings are you having out here on the course?
To be honest, man, it's really a surreal feeling. Cause to be out here with you as a man, and we spent so much time on this golf course as a little boy. I can literally see you jumping out of the cart, running up the fairway, diving onto the green, you know, grabbing balls that other people have hit. I mean, it was, you know, you didn't have any kind of decorum or anything like that, but it was just amazing.
Gotcha. Tell me about Tiger Woods and the impact that he had on you, and just the impact that he's had on black golfers all over the world.
All over the world, I'm sure statistically, you find more people of color playing golf. But I personally, I wasn't that influenced by him, to be totally honest. Me personally, he doesn't identify as black. He didn't champion any of our causes. He's never spoken up. He's never talked about inequality.
For a lot of African Americans, Tiger Woods ain't black.
A Caucasian.
Caucasian, blue, black, Indian, Asian, Asian.
I don't believe that there's a way that you can separate race from certain sports. Golf being probably the biggest in that regard.
The institutional racism was a huge role, because we have to remember segregation was legal in this country for a very long time.
Historically speaking, we live in a country that has prevented African Americans access to the primary modes of success.
Not only were you up against some stereotypes that were kind of inherent in the game itself, you are also up against general segregationist policies.
It's a white man's sport. It's for the rich. It's for the upper class.
I think the stereotype around golf, that it's the white man's sport, it's boring.
As long as they can continue to control what the sport should look like, I think that's one of the main sports that they are unwilling to share in its wholeness with us.
It's hard to develop a love for something that you feel like rejects you.
I'm not going to put myself in that environment where I know I'm not going to be accepted.
Jim Crow laws, some of the segregationist laws that our, grandparents had to contend with, was very much a regular part of American society. Golf would not be a game that your grandfather's going to tell you about, because your grandfather didn't have access to that game. So if your grandfather doesn't tell you about it, your father won't either, more than likely.
I had very very little interest in the sport, simply because it was something that I wasn't used to seeing.
We didn't see enough of ourselves in the game, be it at public courses or among the golfers themselves. Stylistically, the feel of the game, we never saw ourselves. We weren't let in for so long that I think that kind of natural love for the game or appreciation of the game never developed.
It's a systemic problem, not just in golf, but I think that it can rear its ugly head in golf easier. And then even when you get a set of clubs, you pay a lot of money for them, in a year or two, they're no good almost. So you have to do that again, you know, and keep, as the technology gets better, you have to upgrade, and that's hard to do. So you lose a competitive advantage if you don't upgrade and everyone else is. So it's tough. You have to have money to play this game. So yeah.
Golf is a very expensive sport.
I think cost.
It was so expensive.
A lot of it is financial expense.
Golf is not cheap.
Golf is a very expensive sport.
There's something to be said for the fact that, you know, golf kind of requires you to have not just clubs, but a ball, a course, all these things. You compare that to basketball, where you just need a hoop and a ball. And think about what a basketball costs versus what a set of golf clubs cost.
You start talking about the fees and even the cost of clubs. You start talking about the money that's involved, even the gloves that you can only wear 3 or 4 rounds, and you're paying double digits for them. It wasn't, you know, feasible economically.
One of the domains where you really saw the brunt of segregation was in public recreational facilities, public pools, public golf courses. When you think about the things that are first to go, they're usually things that are related to public recreation.
I think it's overpriced to play golf now. I think reducing the green fees is a huge step. Exposing kids to it early definitely is another big one, because I feel like once you start playing golf at a young age, you kind of just keep it going.
Things are outside, it's recreation, competitiveness, and as somebody who played sports in high school, I love, you know, the competitive nature of it.
And seeing more people like yourself out there playing is really good.
Golf has taught me how to be patient, how to think through situations, how to handle adversity, discipline, in order to make golf shots.
Good ball.
You have to be disciplined. Those are the life lessons that it taught me.
A lot of people here, once they see me, you know, at an athletic event or something, and they'll ask me like if I play basketball or if I play football or, you know, whatever the case may be, and I say golf, and they're like, oh wow, like it kind of opens their eyes.
It's a game of courtesy. It's a gentleman's game. If you play golf, you are perceived to be a gentleman, because that's the kind of game it is.
When you get to be of a seasoned age, you think about the things that you can kind of keep playing, and golf is one of those things.
What can my son and I do together physically until the day I die? That there would be no day that, as long as my health was there, that we could not spend together doing something we both love and having fun and spending time.
There's even been people that I've talked to here who have went out to Top Golf just because, you know, they've heard we have a golf team here, and they're like, oh, golf, okay, I've never tried it, let me go to Top Golf. I think that's cool, because that's kind of getting more people into it, you know, as little as it may be. A lot of my friends, whenever I've had them hit a golf ball for the first time, or, you know, they've tried to hit it for the first time, once they hit that good one, it's like they're hooked, like they love it. So yeah, I think if more people would be open to the idea of even trying it, I think a lot more people would realize that they like it and how fun it is if they would actually give it a chance.
Do you play golf by chance?
I do. I love it.
You do?
I love it, man.
Really?
I love it.
Oh, so yeah, we got to talk then. Yeah,
For sure. You play too?
No, I'm just interested in how you, especially as a young black male,
Yep.
who and how were you introduced to the game of golf?
My dad.